Hello, hello. All right, so today I'm going to talk to you about why it is an extreme waste of your time to be critical of what you did yesterday, last week, over the weekend. Being critical and going, and sounds a little something like this. I can't believe I did it again. What's wrong with me? I know what to do. Why am I not doing it? Like basically lamenting what happened 24 or more hours ago. It is a complete waste of time, and I'm going to break down why and how I want you to start to think about it moving forward. As soon as you see regret for something that didn't happen yesterday, I don't want you to waste a second saying, I'm so dumb, why do I keep doing this, what's wrong with me? All of those questions are useless. They are a huge waste of your time. What would be a better question to say is, okay, cool. If I could go back in time to yesterday, knowing what I know now, what would I have done differently? Perfect question. Because what that's going to do is it's going to have you evaluate the day with a learner's mind so you can actually find what things were a breakdown. Maybe you didn't take enough food with you. Maybe you didn't have a solid enough plan. Maybe when you went to the restaurant, you went a little too hungry and you could have eaten something before you went. Like the list goes on and on. But when you walk away from that conversation, you're actually going to have something tangible to put into the next time it happens, okay? So the first step is to acknowledge that what happened yesterday was not helpful, and I'm not going to spend any time asking myself pointless questions. Questions that just keep me stuck in this kind of self-loathing, anger, frustration, because it doesn't work for me. It doesn't solve the problem. Because you know why? You're here again. You've done it before. How many times have you fallen into that same pit and you beat yourself up the next day, but yet you repeat the same mistake, right? Which translates to me as a coach, you didn't learn your lesson. You didn't really learn your lesson. You were so busy being critical, you didn't learn. You didn't go back and say, okay, what's one thing I could do different next time? Make it a point to find that one thing. And here's another reason why this is a huge waste of time. When you ask yourself questions like, what's wrong with me? Why do I keep doing this? I'm never going to get this figured out. Everybody else is so much better at this stuff than I am. When you go on those kind of personal tirades, your brain now goes to the past, finds evidence to support it, shows you like this montage in your head of all the times you've screwed up, all the mistakes you've made, all that kind of stuff. That then creates a feeling for you. So our thinking leads to eating. Remember that whole series that I created for you guys? I would watch it if you have not watched it yet. Thinking leads to eating because all those thoughts create a negative feeling. So now you're starting out a new day with a negative feeling because all you did is gone through all your crappy reels and montages of videos in your head of all the things you've done wrong. How is that helping you? Like the whole thing from start to finish, being critical about your past only leads to a problem. Only leads to a problem. And in my weight loss journey, this is something I got really good at. What I'm talking to you about today is something I had to nail. My brain wanted to be super critical of everything I did wrong. And I would say, okay, we got no time for that. Because what I really came to understand was yesterday is dead and gone. It's like a movie. It's the past. It's an idea. It's a memory. Not real, not tangible. I can't travel back in time to change yesterday. But what I can do is learn from yesterday because tomorrow is coming. And if I look at my history, I've gone out to eat a bunch of times. I'm probably going to go out to eat again in the future. I've had multiple weekends in the past. I'm probably going to have multiple weekends in the future. What I'm guaranteed is there will be another future moment where whatever went wrong in my past is going to happen again. It's going to play out again. So where should I take my focus, energy, drive, attention? To a past I can do nothing about or a future that I know is around the corner? And I would choose the future because even though I can't predict the exact way that's going to happen, I can at least say, okay, if I did this weekend over again, what could I do differently next time? I'm going to walk away with 1 or 2 points of change. The next weekend, That's going to be my focus. And what you have to keep in mind is focus and attention and emotions. You only have 24 hours. Where you invest, if I set the timer right now and you spend 10 minutes complaining about how you did on the weekend, you just wasted 10 minutes of your life on something you're never going to go back and change. But if you took that same 10 minutes and you say, okay, remember what Heather and I talked about. I'm not going to be critical. Weekend did not go according to plan. Maybe my calories were too high. Maybe I drank too much. Maybe I ate too much. Maybe, whatever. So I'm going to take this 10 minutes. Time, we only have two resources, time and money. Time is the non-renewable one, right? Meaning that we all get the same 24 hours. You don't get more. I don't get more. We all have different amounts of money, right? So money, there's a lot of variation. Time is the great unifier. Like, I don't care who you are, President of the United States, everyone has the same 24 hours, right? So this is what really differentiates one person from another. It's how they use that valuable resource of time. So if I'm going to take 10 minutes anyway in my today to even remotely look at my past, I'm only going to do it through the eye of somebody who wants to learn something. Because if I go into it just to be critical, bash, complain, fuss, whatever word you want to use, then I walk away with nothing and I've wasted 10 minutes of today, okay? So our object is not to waste any time from today, learn something from our past that we can then put into a future event, and that is how you get out of this. You think you're doing something productive, lambasting yourself for what you did in the past, but if it had been working just a little bit, wouldn't you be in a different place by now? Like, wouldn't whatever the thing is be a non-issue, right? Think of it really logically. It doesn't work. Just being critical of yourself is a huge waste of your time. Anyway, I hope this helps. If you like this content, you want to support Half Size Me, the podcast, you can always become a podcast premium subscriber. Go to halfsizeme.com/fan, and I'll see you next week. Bye.